Hello, hello, Cher. Thank you for joining me. I know you're going to be in and out. Oh, let me go over the comments. I know you're going to be in and out working. Can everyone hear me in the chat? Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm not muted anywhere, but that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Hi, Miss Sweet Eve. How are you? Yes, you can hear me good. Good. All right. Thank you. How are you, Miss Sweet Eve? How's your weekend been? Was it good? Was your holiday good? Cher's going to be in and out. She's working, so she wanted to join us from work. So she'll be in and out with us. I'm good. I'm hot. It was hot today. Well, it's hot every day, but I'm good. I'm a little tired today, but really nothing to be just the end of the day tired, I think. You stayed at home? We just went like right down the road to our friend's house and right back. We didn't like go into town or any of that kind of stuff. We were gone for a couple hours and then we come home. Yeah, we were not out for very long at a time. And when I say like we didn't go to town, like I live very rural, so town is like 20 30 minutes away, and then you 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 come back from there, so it's not like you just jump and just run somewhere really quick. But we didn't even go into town yesterday. Hi, Witchy Mama. How are you? Thank you for coming in. I have a good video for y'all today. Um, so I went back and looked, and there isn't a lot on Rose, sadly. Um, just that basic information, that we have because, um, she probably wasn't in social media a lot, and there's just not a lot of information out there about her. There's several channels, that hey, Cher.
Hey, so sorry I dropped down.
No, that's okay. I figured you were in and out because of work and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Southern Soltero. Hi, Miss Megan. Hello, welcome.
Hi, chat. Let me get my chat. Hi, Eve, Southern, Witchery.
They are here, yeah.
I'll
But
be in and out, but I'll be on here tonight.
I was telling them that you're at work, so you would be in and out. And I was telling them there's not a lot on Rose. There's lots of channels that have done little small things, on her, but there's not a lot on her.
Right.
Probably your video is probably got one that's got the most information on it, mixing Rose and Summers together. Um, and so today I was going through it and I sent Cher a message and I'm like, oh my gosh, you got such a gem here. I said, I remember this live, but I forgot about it. And Cher was like, yeah, I forgot about it too. Because, it's so much information. You done so much on Summer, so many lives and everything that you kept a lot of information on. So to forget it is not anything short of not surprised because you had so much going on with Summer. Hi, Bellanova. Hi, welcome. And since Megan is in here, she's going to be interested in this too, because I forget how far it is into the video, but the comparison share in this video that where you had talked to Don and he talks about the McCann case. That is in here too. And I forgot about that because me and Megan had done a couple of videos on Madeline McCann, and Don Wells came up in those. So Megan's going to be real interested in to hear what you had to say about that also. About Madeline in comparison with, like, because the teddy bear. Do you remember that? Where I told you, where you talked about the teddy bear in Don Wells? She must be the customer. But she's going to be real interested to hear that when. What did Miss Eve say? Wait. So Miss Eve said something, and I was going to read it, but I forgot it was. Okay. Oh, my nose itching. So this is a very interesting video. So I'm going to pull it up over here.
Okay.
Here.
Hi, Bella. Welcome.
I think Bella is the one that came in last to see us. You're working on another video of the McCanns that you started a while back? Yeah. I know you've been working hard on that case. Yeah. You're going to be really interested in what Cher has to say about it in here. I was kind of shocked because I was like, there's Cher. There's Cher.
In my hair.
In her hair. Cher in her hair. It's beautiful. I am going to go over here. And you're going live tomorrow night, right, Cher?
Yeah, you, me, and Justin.
That's right. Tomorrow night. What time?
Probably around 7:30. 7:30
Okay.
Mountain time.
Mountain time.
I think I'm same as Mountain time.
Yeah, you're an hour behind me now because it is 8 o'clock here.
Yeah, 7 here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's 8:07 here. Yep.
So about this time tomorrow night, I'll go live.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to go over here to this video.
Love you too, Eve. Thank you for all you do to help our channels.
Yes, thank you. And I can't see chat, so I'm going to start this.
I got chat pulled up.
Okay. I hate it when I gotta listen to myself.
I know.
I'm feeling haunted.
You can fast forward.
Excuse me, Darzilla.
Oh, I sound like shit right there too.
You probably have a cold there too.
Cher's just always sick.
Candy boobs. Hey, JD, Lori, Killer, Moonshadow, C12. Hey. See how they kind of feature Grandma Candace Grandis's house on there? Make it all gloomy. I kind of thought that was interesting. I don't know. You know how the media loves to manipulate. Why is it not new? All right, maybe if I look on Google, it will pop up. Wisconsin.
I don't want to skip too far because I don't want to, because you start talking. Let's see.
2021. So this is actually several months old, but we're going to pull it up here. Let me share screen here. Hey, Northern Farm Girl.
Can y'all see it okay?
Eagle Eyes. Yes, 11 years. So, yeah. So this isn't new, but luckily it caught my attention because some channels were putting this up in the past 2 days, and it makes it look new then. And I haven't seen it before, so maybe some of y'all haven't seen this as well, but I kind of don't. Sometimes I am out of the loop with some of these things. I didn't really dig in as hardcore on Rose Bly as I did Summer, so I'm just now seeing it. All right, let me grab the headphones.
Now this is Cher's video, so please subscribe to Cher because I appreciate her, because without her, I would not be here. Her and my other Megan that helps me, and Cher and Mandy, and everybody. They help me so much. I just wouldn't be here without their videos. But this is Cher's video, and this one is I got the date written down. It's 2022, I think. Is when this one was live, June 9th or 22nd. Let me see. June 9th, 2022, Cher. That's how long ago this one was. So please drop, if I don't think Cher can do it, but if y'all don't mind dropping Cher's channel in the chat. And if anybody's in chat and you're mods and you have a channel, drop it. And if you have a channel, you can let one of the mods know and they can drop it for you. Because, well, look at Chief Wisdom. How are you, Chief Wisdom? My nose, maybe that's why my nose is itching, because you've been sending me jars of hello, and I'm thinking of you, so I'm coming to see your live. So you're here. Okay, let's go back over here. So this is the news conference, right, Cher? You remember this part? She must have went to a customer again. Okay.
And now it says in here they want this passed around, which is probably a good thing that we're passing it around again. Because like I said, for those of us who focused more on Summer than Rose, it's going to be new to you guys. So, all right, is that sharing screen? Yes, it is. Hey, Tanya. Miss Robin. Welcome. Good to see you guys tonight. So sad. 2 females from the same family conveniently went missing. Right. Without a trace, just mysteriously and nothing, right? No, knew nothing. Excuse me. Now, you guys know I've had some interesting experiences privately with Candace in her feelings about Rose, her sister Rose Bly. So, again, it's in the description, but I will make this PSA or whatever you want to call it at this point. As YouTubers, any leads should go right directly to law enforcement. So I repeat, I do not recommend going to the Find Summerwell's website to leave tips and that either.
And I am so glad Cher said this, and it's kind of weird because I'm going to say this because I had just talked about this on my live. I don't know if it was this live, this past live, or the live before that, how I talked about the tip that came in on Summer and how I didn't like the way they did it. You know, how they went supposedly, and this is just, I don't know if this is what's true, if they went to Don Wells and then they went to TBI later, but because something about the weekend or something, I don't know how true that is, but what their first thing they should have done was went straight to TBI and not go to anybody else. I mean, no one but TBI. That's where they should have went first. But, and I like it here because that's what you're saying. How many years ago was this? 3 years ago about the tips. Don't go to a YouTuber or don't go to anybody but TBI. And here we are, and she's been missing 4 years. And guess what they're doing? They're going to private detectives, and then the private detectives, where are they going? They're not even going to TBI. They're going to the parents.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that they're not going to the law. They're going directly to Dawn and Candace, and that is, in my opinion, wrong. Very wrong. It just makes me think of Jacob Wetterling and all the information he had because he had a police scanner, and that he was able to move around remains for 27 years. That's insane.
It is insane because he was getting the tips first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was like, and then you're saying here, you're telling how please go to the authorities first. And I'm like, that is so crazy because 3 years later, they're still not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They're still doing it the opposite way they're supposed to. It drives me nuts.
broker. I do not recommend that. If you have reliable tips or you think are reliable for Rosebly, you're going to call Polk County Sheriffs in Wisconsin. That's who you would call. The number is in the description. And in a minute here, after I share this, I will share both phone numbers on a banner across the screen. If you have any reliable leads for the Summerwells case, you are going to call the TBI Find, which is very easy. It's 1-800-TBI Find. And so it's going to be the two different law enforcements that you're calling for the two different cases. So please do not go to anybody who claims to be a web media manager for either of the family members and go and give tips to them. Please do not come to me or any other YouTube creator with tips yourself. You can give them anonymously to TBI and to Polk County. You don't need to, you can give the tips any way that you feel comfortable, or you can even have one of your family members call in the tips for you. But do not think that coming to me or my husband or any other YouTuber is where you should be giving tips and leads to. That is totally wrong to do. It's not right, and it does hinder, and you never know. Like I've said, I've reported things that I don't know are big or little or not, but I'm not an investigator. It's not my job to know that. It's up to me to report everything, and then it's up to them to sift through what is important to them or not. So and I don't need any more on my shoulders. So anyone asks as well, if you
Sure. Well, it's true though. I mean, you don't know, some people will get, oh, well, that tip's not very, why should I even report this? But it's just like with anything else. It's really not up to you to decide if it's a good tip or a bad tip or it's bogus or anything. It's just because it's got to be investigated, And when they go to people like Don Wells instead of going to TBI, it kind of makes me not trust the tip.
Right. Yeah.
So
you have people coming to you, if it's a creator or a different creator coming to you like, oh, can you call TBI for me? I would honestly ask them, why have you not turned this into TBI? Why do you want me to call for you? That's a little sus in my opinion, but make sure you go to proper law enforcement and not YouTube creators, and not to any shady websites by media management for any party. That's not where you give your leads and tips to. Northern Farm Girl, thank you for that. Miss Yashir and Prairie Boy, good to see you. Glad you're doing this. We got to work together to help Ellie and make a difference. We need to. Thank you. Got to go see you do.
And that I stand by that, by the way,
Welcome
for
to
all
the Crazy
cases.
Train, Cat Ian.
say again.
I said I stand by that, and that goes for all cases.
Right. I mean, you have to, because I mean, what would make them? What my big thing was, how did they know to go to that private investigator? How did they know to go to him?
Yeah. Well, he's putting it out there, but that's just like, I don't like what's going on in Sebastian's case either, because it's like, well, call us with tips. Well, why are we calling you? You're not law.
Right.
Like, who the hell are you?
Right. Yeah.
Like, no, thank you.
I dang sure wouldn't call the Proudfoots. If
Hey, Sinister. Yeah, right?
Oh, hey, Sinister. Hey. Haven't seen you in a while. All right.
Angel Choo Choo. And I did try to reach out to Sonia, Dawn's sister Sonia. As you guys know, I did have somewhat a little. We've had some history, and we were in contact. I believe
Hi, Victoria.
I don't know of any other interview.
Huh?
Oh, I was saying hi to Victoria. Oh, I'm just remembering Sonia did come on my channel with Dawn.
Yeah, just once, didn't she? Was it
Once or twice, but we talked a lot privately.
Yeah, yeah. Because Jeannie didn't come. Did Jeannie come on there?
Jeannie. No, Mary has, though. Mary's the one I fell asleep on. I was on those muscle relaxers, and I'm just like, snoring. Mary. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
View she has done, but she has certainly done only one interview on my channel, and I will find that and we can play through that as well. But let's listen to this because I think that this is interesting. And if I'm not mistaken, Chris McDonough is still expecting to have the sheriff
Bama!
from.
I got a mouthful full of hamburger. I'm so sorry. Bama! Oh my goodness, so good to see you.
It is so good. Thank you for coming in, Bama. How are you? Did I say hi to you, Vicky? I'm sorry if I did not.
Oh, we got Vicky and Victoria. Hi, Vicky.
We have
Oh
Victoria.
yeah, and Victoria.
Where's Victoria?
More up top a little bit.
She is. Hi, Victoria. I'm sorry. Did I not speak to you? I'm sorry. And I have no excuse because my chat's not very big. So I don't have no excuse for missing people.
Sometimes you don't see it. StreamYard's a little weird sometimes. That's
Well,
why I always open it on my phone too.
Yeah, I'm over on the other side, so that's why I can't see chat. But I do have it open on my phone, so I have to pay more attention. Okay.
Oh, we're absolutely correct. Nail on the head with the whole Seventh-day Adventist cult. I mean, 100% sinister. I stand by that.
Let's put up here what Sinister said.
You know it, Bama. Small but mighty, yep.
My goodness. My goodness. Oh, we are.
Cats are so funny. They have such personalities. I love it.
Well, the ginger kitty, he is so sweet, but the other cat, Tinsel, does not care for him. And she never has. I don't know. He's never done anything. We may have been, at the SDA, yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you been looking it up, Sinister? Have you seen things lately? Tim was the video. I must have missed something. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I have to throw y'all outside. Gracious. Okay, let's see. See what Sinister said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these cats do too. They're gonna be out the door in a minute if they don't stop. Little butts. Okay, let's go back over here.
Polk County, Wisconsin, on to talk about it. And Chris did say about a week ago that he was under the impression that they do have a lead and they do have a suspect in mind. Looking more into Rose's case, again, I forgot how terrible of a record that her ex-husband has as well. And I'm not sure why I haven't heard more people point that out and why I've heard people defending him and sticking up for him when I don't know. I mean, I'll pull up the record here in a little bit after we watch through this. And I'm curious because he's got first-degree rape of a child on his record. If I'm not mistaken, you guys, I believe it's her husband or her ex-husband.
Nice, Sinister.
Okay, where's the play? All right.
Yeah, when we get further back in there, you'll see.
If you can full size screen.
Go ahead.
On the video you're showing, if you click the full size, it'll take all the white, unless you want the white all around there.
Oh,
people
okay.
can.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then if people are on their phones, they can see that better.
Let's see.
Yep.
Theater mode?
No, right there.
That?
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
You'll see when it gets a little further that it's a little bit different than what Cher thought, but it takes an
Yeah, Katerina, that was the wrong person. It wasn't her husband. And we get there. We get there eventually.
Yeah, we get there.
This is an old show. How old, sis? 3 years old?
Yeah, it's June 9th, 2022.
Holy shit, yeah. So it's old. We get there. This is just like a study session we did. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, it's haunted in here. Holy shit. Sorry. Oh my gosh. the computer just flickered. All of the cameras on the screen, everything just flickered really quick, and it made a buzzing noise.
Uh-oh.
Creepy. No, it's haunted here. Me and one of the managers are like convinced it's haunted.
Uh-oh.
No, it's okay,
Yeah.
Katerina.
No,
It's just an old video, a study session that we're re-going over, and you'll see we get there where we understand it's not the same guy, but I think it might be pretty similar names is what got me.
it is. It's the names and something else gets you too. I don't want to give it away, but
Okay.
it just it takes a 380 and you're like, I didn't see it going in this direction.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. Is it playing?
Oh, it's playing.
There we go. He starts talking and then it gets,
Hold on, I can't.
I don't know if
Right,
the
no
sound is
sound.
on there or something, but it
Oh, that's why.
comes up there. I'm not doing that. Sherry is. I'm not doing.
Okay. It was muted.
Years ago, Rosemary.
There it is.
Okay, I think we'll get started here. I want to thank everybody for coming here today. This week marks 10 years in the disappearance of Rosemarie Bly. 10 years ago, Rosemarie Bly left her residence in rural St. Croix Falls, destined for Cushing, and she never has been seen since. At the Sheriff's Office, our goal here is to take a new investigative approach to this cold case. We've produced a video. We're going to show that video in a little bit. We're going to provide you a copy of the video as well. Our hope is that we can stimulate some talk in the social media avenues, as well as just get our message out to the community that we are still looking for answers to the mystery of the disappearance of Rose Bly. Her mother has not seen her in 10 years.
Thank you, Lisa. Rose's ex has literally no record whatsoever. None. Okay, it's interesting. After we listen through this, I will pull that up. Maybe it's not her husband then, but it's the exact same name and lives in the exact same area. So, I don't know.
I wanted to ask Katrina, can you announce our Rose group? Is there a group for Rose? Is it like,
is there?
is it a Facebook group? Or I mean, you can put it in there. I just was curious
Hold
about.
on. If they aren't a mod, I don't think they can. Hold on one second.
No, they can't. Yes.
Let me see if I can. Oh, shit. Wait, am I still on here? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on here. She said Facebook.
Facebook. Okay. Katerina, can you email me the link and then I can throw it in chat, or unless she wants to wrench you really quick so you can share it. Whichever. Hold on. What the freak? Okay. It won't let me chat.
What won't let you check?
Just try it, Katerina, and put it in the chat, because, yeah, I'd look up that group.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why when I looked at my thing, she said group, and I thought, oh, it must be a Facebook group. Is it a group that, like for tips, or is it just to keep her name out there? Is that the purpose behind the group? Mysterious disappearance of Rose Bly. Okay, that's the name of the group. You'll find us. Okay. Let's see. see if I can find it. Okay, it says, I don't know if it will let me to share it without joining. I mean, I'm joining, but I don't know how long it'll be. Before that, let me see if I can share it. Okay, there we go. Hold on. So I'm going to share it with you, share. I'm going to share it with you, and then you put it in Messenger because it won't let me share it with myself. So I'll send it to Cher and she can put it in there for me. But I did see it. And then I asked to join it, and then it said, I guess you got to wait.
Hi, Claudia.
I sent it to you, Cher. I sent the link to you for the. Can you put it in there for me? Because it wouldn't let me send it to
Yeah,
myself.
it might boot me again. Oh, okay, good. But
Did you
anyway, yeah, I got it.
Okay. Okay. Right, Bama? Let's bring them both home, right? Hi, Claudia. Oh my gosh, are you trying to make me hungry? Ravioli and garlic cheesy bread is ready. Now I'm ready.
Katerina,
Oh,
we will when we are done with this, or if I get a customer and I have to like hop off, I'll share it on community post. It won't let me put it in the chat right now.
yeah, it wouldn't. So that's why I shared it with you, because I was like, I wonder what won't let me put in there.
Hi, Claudia. Mr. Cher will join us. I passed him the link to come up on panel. He'll join us in a little while.
Sure, sure. Thank you for sharing that, Katrina, with us. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
He will find you. He will share it out as well.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
a
I
group
did
I've
hear
been
that
blocked
he
from
was.
already, right?
Say it again.
Hopefully it's not a group I already been blocked from.
Listen at you. Probably not.
Cleared and not a suspect. So like I said, I'll pull it up. Y'all can tell me, because like I said, I didn't dig in this case like I did Summer. So y'all can tell me, and if it's not him, then we can move on and look into the other people then. But I did think it was interesting.
Our community wants these questions
Make the
answered.
volume louder. Babe, is there a way to make the volume louder? I think it's on full.
That is a quiet kind
One
of
second, let me see.
past news show.
Ew, I'm nasty. Blowing my big honking nose.
Again.
The duck's too quiet.
Yeah,
Hello.
let me see if we can turn it
How
up.
you doing?
Got four in it?
That's on full.
No. Check on this.
Let's see. Okay, so no, wondering, hey, hanging with Mr. J, wondering if you can maybe turn your volume up because it is on the max here.
Since 2009, we've handled over 200 tips on this case, and we've interviewed over 150 people. We're hoping.
Dang, 200 tips, y'all. Since 2009, and this was several months ago, August 27th, 2021, and only 200 tips. I mean, we got what, like 2,000 on Summer in a year?
That by releasing this video, that we can gain some more information, that somebody out there knows something, and they can come forward and help us bring this mystery to a close. Chad, would you like to show the video?
This video is weird, y'all. What? Okay.
Tucked away in the rolling hills hills and dense forests of northwest Wisconsin is a landscape so beautiful you'd swear it was taken directly from a painting. But if you look close enough, there is a dark cloud lingering in the distance. A secret these wolves have held on to for far too
Wait, Tammy,
Yeah.
can you check the volume on the video? Like on your see the screen that you're showing? Yeah,
Mhm.
see if your volume is it all the way up?
Yeah.
How about the volume on your computer? Can
Yeah.
you guys hear it good or is it just me? Are
It's
you guys able to hear that good?
it's low. It was low when I was reviewing it. It was low too. You
Oh,
can't.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Maybe-
low then because somebody in your chat asked you to turn it up,
Oh, okay.
and you're like, I can't. I can't turn it up.
Shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
taunted Candace Hare in this
But they're not talking now. They're just showing the video.
And it's just,
He's not. It's just weird. The video's weird.
Maybe that's why you.
Let me try something. Let me see if I mute myself while we play it, if it will help your guys' phone.
See, you're trying to make it louder.
my life will never be normal without learning what I am.
On August 21st, 2009, Rose Marie Bly left her residence in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, believed to be en route to Cushing, just a short 6-mile drive to the east. The 21-year-old mother of two never made it. Days later, Bly's 2001 Pontiac Grand Am was found in the village of Grantsford, nearly 17 miles north of her house, with no explanation as to how it got there. No one has seen or heard from her since. There hasn't been a day that has gone by when Candace here hasn't
Oh, there she is,
where
Cher.
her youngest daughter is, or if she's okay.
There's Grandis. Uh, yeah, you're trying to fix the volume on it, Cher, but I don't think it ever gets second generation audio. Yeah. Yeah, it's low. I don't think you ever get it fixed on there if I remember right.
Oh, darn it.
Child, there's a hole in your heart that can't be filled. And it's an impossible journey every day to wake up and wonder where is she? Trying to figure out where my daughter is. It's horrible. It's not a good feeling. It's just, I wish I knew where she was.
I remember seeing that video though of her driving around.
Rose Bly went missing. Brent Walk was a patrol sergeant with the Polk County Sheriff's Department. Now Sheriff Walk and his office had made finding Bly a top priority. To date, the Sheriff's Department has investigated more than
Go forward
200
through it a little bit
suspects
since
in
we can't hear it.
of worry and wondering.
Here,
A
see how it went
family
up?
Rose's children have had to spend without their mother.
Yeah, now it's louder.
Someone
Yep.
knows something.
Yeah.
Someone has the key. Everyone agrees it's time for this mystery to be solved. It's time for Rose to come home. Not sure which way, but she knows or something.
Loud. Mhm.
Just down there, just brings tears to her eyes. Not knowing what actually really doesn't appear all the time.
Well, they got her just wandering around.
I want to bring her home.
They got a picture of her back here too.
Okay, the video ended. We had the age enhanced photo, and we've had one blown up here. If Rose is out there, obviously, we believe she could look like that. So we felt that was important to this case. We also have the tip line, 715-485-8300. And if anybody out there knows anything about Rose Bly, please come forward. Our hope is that Rose Bly could come home and knock on the door and say, "Mom, I'm home." But,
Well, maybe
we really am
Wisconsinite should
asking
come
for help.
forward. She seems to know it all.
So I thank all of you for coming.
Seems to know it all. What's crazy is I actually lived not too far from Grantsburg there where her car was found. We would drive to that gas station right there all the time. It is definitely a trucker area, but yeah, it's
Do you remember driving there, Cher?
Oh yeah. Yep. Wisconsin. So I lived in around Rush City, Minnesota. So we used to drive up to that area all the time because the gas station there is open late. They sell beer and stuff in there. And also I spent a lot of time in Wisconsin, obviously Minnesota, but we were in that area all the time. I mean,
So is it like a store with a big parking lot, or like
kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's got big parking lot. It's got a gas station, maybe a couple other things in there by now. I just remember really the big gas station, the big people would go there and park. There's a big parking area, and we would bar hop and then whatever, park our cars there and get them early in the morning. So it doesn't really surprise me, but there's a lot of things I could tell you about Wisconsin. I mean, there was some shady things going on with, I don't know if they were real Wisconsin police officers or people dressing up, but for a few years there were women getting R-worded in their cars. My girls' grandma was out one night with her two boys, and they were at some kind of function, and she had a couple drinks at the function, but she thinks that she got pulled over by one of the cops that were up to no good doing that. But if people research it enough, I don't want to say too much, but there's corruption everywhere. But anyway, they had pulled her over, and she was like, "Oh shit, I had a drink. It had vodka in it." So she's getting all paranoid and stuff. And all of a sudden, he flashed his flashlight and saw her two kids sleeping in the back seat. And he just left. So she was like fucking confused, and he just pulled away and left. Didn't say anything, no ticket, no nothing, just left when he saw the kids. So there's a lot of weird things that happen there. Not only that, even with like the drinking. So we would definitely go to like around that area, especially on Sundays, but so like I could bring my 16-year-old son to Wisconsin and he could order drinks at the bar as long as I'm with him. I could bring my 12-year-old son there and he could order a drink as long as I'm there with him. That's how Wisconsin works.
Well, they said that she was like 30 miles from her home. So that was
30 miles?
Yeah. Look who's here.
I'd have to map it again. But I do remember looking up the area and remembering like, holy shit, I've been to that gas station. And
I believe they said that she.
Why can't I hear anything?
You can't hear us?
What?
You cannot hear us? Let me look at. I'm pretty sure. That she, because she's lived in St. Croix? Did I say that?
St. Croix, yeah. St. Croix Falls is not far.
I'm going to leave and come back.
See
if that'll work because I can't get.
Okay.
Okay, Big Daddy.
I got it.
Yeah, okay, Big Daddy, you found it?
Yeah.
I found it.
Hello, Mark. Hello.
Hello.
Let's see. They said it was 30 miles from her home.
Yeah, my kids hunt and fish around that area all the time. Or I mean, they used to, but I mean, yeah, that was my stomping grounds.
Mm-hmm. So I was going to ask you when you had said that in there. Do you think that it's changed much, that area?
No,
do you think it would
absolutely
look
not. No,
Mm-hmm. Please check my text. I will. I will check my text messages before I go to bed. I will, Claudia. Yep, I sure will. My ex was a truck driver. I went with him sometimes. Truck stops kind of give me the creeps. Yeah.
Yeah, some can give you the creeps, but I love a truck stop because it is creepy.
Well, I like them because it's everything's there. I don't have to stop again. I can go to the
That's true.
bathroom. I can get me some food.
Yeah.
I can, I
You
can
get a new bathing suit at some of them. Like you can
Yeah,
do
yes.
everything.
Get some snacks.
Yeah.
You just get it all, and then you're back in the car and you're go.
Hi, Victoria.
Yes, Brother Mark is here.
Are you from St. Paul, Victoria?
Let's see where she said.
Then this is my stomping grounds too, girl.
Let me see.
I want to go to Boosie's or whatever it's called. Bucky's, Boosie's.
Bucky's, yeah. We're getting one. I can't remember where it's going to be at, but it's not going to be too far from here, which is unusual because we don't get anything.
I would be lit in Canada.
Everybody's saying hello, Mark.
Hello. Hi, Claudia.
Mark hasn't been here in a while, have you? It's good to have you back.
It's
like
been
to
a
be
hot
Claudia.
minute.
It has been a hot minute. You are right.
Steve.
I got Cher up here twice. How about that? You're gonna love it. This is starting. It's gonna get good now because we're fixing to talk about
How Benny got hashtag me too'd by Grandis.
yes.
I had to text him that earlier when Mark said something.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah, it's in here.
Poor Benny. And Benny was like, LMFAO. Yeah. I was like, I'm so sorry, bro.
He's a star and he's not even here.
Mhm.
All right, here we
The
go.
crazy fucker liked it
I said
probably
that's
anyway.
a little bit crazy.
They probably did. You're probably right.
Oh.
He didn't complain about it, did he?
Well, yeah, we heard about it.
So you did get to hear about it. You just
Oh, we heard about it. He was
well,
watching that butt for weeks.
maybe he shouldn't have stayed up there for weeks. Then he wouldn't have wanted.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'd have been scared to death to stay up there. To be honest.
I'll never forget when Don was like, don't worry about a hotel. You can stay here. I'm like, Don, I don't know if I can sleep in that house with your wife there. He was like, you don't worry about that. I'm like, I'm a little worried about that.
I'm not worried about that. I'm going to worry.
And Mark was like, absolutely not.
Right.
No. Zero chance.
Not a snowball's chance, and you know where is that going to happen?
Hmm.
Oh, what a creep.
Crazy. If I was there, I would definitely go around boots on the ground there and know more. But as far as I know, there has been back and forth depending on what timeline, because we are going on 11 years now, of is the ex-husband involved or not involved. So I'm not sure how other people in the chat here would know for sure more than law enforcement, but you should definitely contact law enforcement there in Polk County should you know it all.
You already know what that's for.
So
Yep.
here on this channel, like I said, I haven't dug too far into this case. As most of you all here know, it's been focused on Summer, 99.9% of it anyways. Well, interesting, since this here was posted in August 27th, 2021, and we are in 2022, and they're saying it is the 10-year anniversary then. So 2022, August of 2022 would make it 11 years. So don't come for me when law enforcement
Sheriff's fixing to break it down for him. You go, Sheriff.
is getting the timeline wrong. I have no problem blocking you if you just want to come here and be a bitch.
Oh,
Would you like me to play it and rewind it for you? August 27th, they posted this. This is 2021. They said 10-year anniversary. 10 years, right? So August 2022, which is coming up here not too
Or
long,
nothing.
would be 11 years. So law enforcement should then get it proper. But what can we expect when we have news medias all around Tennessee that can't even get Summer's name correct?
oh, that was bad.
Like TLC.
Well, I was going to ask you, what were they doing, Cher?
I can't remember, but they called her something weird, and I remember me and a few people were like, "Wait, what the freak?" I can't remember. They were calling her something weird during one of the update things, and everyone was pissed.
Yeah, because they wasn't saying her name correctly.
Yeah,
Is that when they were saying that she was a Bly, not a Wells?
I don't remember that. I'll be right back.
Because they were saying that they didn't. Was she actually a Wells? Was it actually on her birth certificate? But I think it is. I think Wells is actually on. I've never seen her birth certificate. I think maybe once, and I can't remember. But I think Wells was actually on it. So I'm pretty sure. But I couldn't remember exactly what the name thing was going on.
Yeah, I don't remember that
Her
either,
husband
but
does.
You know?
There was an issue with the name, but like the Blyer Wells, but no, they were calling her like not Summer, like Savannah or something weird.
Oh,
It was like a whole different first name. They were getting all messed up because I wouldn't have cared about the Wells Blyes. That's nothing. But they were calling her like, I want to say like Savannah or something weird.
we couldn't even get her name right, and she's missing.
Yep,
mhm.
sinister.
See how she thinks. See how he thinks. Yeah, yeah, I know. Isn't that scary? Oh,
What else?
Theme sus. No. Let me pull up the
this is what
arrest
they said.
record.
Yeah, here you go.
For the Chris, and like I said, if it's not him, to be easy for the ones that know him to know if it's him or not, because there's a mugshot along with it. So maybe you can tell us why he filed for divorce within like weeks of her disappearing. That's weird. Since you know him so well, why would he do
I
something
don't
like
think
that?
that's letting them have it.
That is true, though. He did do that, and that is
He did?
correct. Right? Yeah,
Mhm.
I thought so. Yeah.
Where's my phone? Oh, I'm on it. Oh, we have Lisa in here talking shit too. People be bored tonight. Oh well, let them be.
Let him be bored.
Let's pull up. I want to now. Oh, where did it go? Let's pull up. We'll see. It was Graham Grandis. I like to call her Grandis because she hates it so much. So I do think it's interesting to see.
Guys, I had to actually hear all about
you
that.
kind of side.
You what?
A lot of people don't realize, like, Mark and I have been on phone calls with Grandis. Dawn and Candace would three-way Grandis in calls a couple times with me when Grandis would want me to lie for her and throw people off. Her mouth is not nice. I'll tell you that.
Okay,
But
yeah.
she is weird. But yes, she wanted me to straight up lie. Do you remember that, babe? She wanted us to lie for her. And she was F
Yeah.
these guys. And then I remember I asked Candace, I was like, Candace, after Grandis hung up, I was like, Candace, how much do you trust your mom? And Candace said, it's my mom. I trust her with everything. I said, okay. And that's when I went to bat. She wanted me to call Emma Crime Story Obsessed a liar because she was showing the text messages with Grandis, and Grandis wanted me to say it wasn't her, but it was her. But Grandis wanted me to effing make it clear it's not her, those little bitches.
You talk about Emma in here too.
Who?
Emma, the one you just said.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I couldn't remember where she was from. I was like, where is she
Yep.
from?
That's
but-
Crime Stories Obsessed.
Yeah, but you never said the channel. You just kept saying just Emma, and I was like, where? I just couldn't place who you were talking about in the video. But it's further in.
Right. It seems like if you listen to them, you keep hearing the sheriff say they feel bad for the family members and loved ones. So Grandis, right? So could that be a ploy? We've heard friends come out and say that Candace has bragged about doing some terrible things to her sister. And then we definitely know Grandis did not want the searchers to come out with the radars and all of that to her house and be checking the driveway and everything. Remember, they were going to do that.
And that's
remember,
fact.
she got
That's facts, because she didn't only call me, but she called Benny, freaking out, wanting Benny to go down, I don't know, and run down there with a freaking tree stump again, like he did.
Kind of like he did when the other YouTubers were down.
Oh, that was so funny. And people were like, "You were there too, Cher. You were there too. You support this?" I was like, "Yeah, I was Benny's belt."
Yeah, because he didn't have one on.
You know,
Were those
he was
even
running down there.
were those even his pants?
I have no idea. That was hilarious.
They didn't look like they fit him at all. That's why I'm asking.
No,
Gosh.
good times.
got in the huff.
Huh?
Good times.
I know. I know. Oh, that was funny. I can't. It's a wonder he didn't come rolling down the hill instead of just running down the hill, because he was holding his britches up too.
It was so funny watching him stumble down that driveway.
I
Uh-huh.
I know. I was waiting to see this. I was waiting, but it didn't happen. It's like
One
that.
hand on a chunk of wood, the other hand holding up his fucking pants.
Yes. Oh, that is epic. I don't even
And I
care.
think he addressed it too. Didn't somebody ask him about his pants, and he said something about it? I can't remember what he said.
He's probably like, "Fuck you, mean." No.
Big pants having ass.
Right.
Looking ass. That's what he always said.
Looking at, yeah.
Well, it was getting pitter patted a lot while he was up there, so maybe it was sore or something.
You guys, Grandis, hashtag me too, Benny.
Get pitter patter much, Benny?
When Mark said that, oh, that is so funny.
He can't be mad because it's true.
Yeah.
He can't be mad. He can't be mad at it.
On the phone with Benny to try and work his magic to try and stop that. Do I believe that? Yes, I do. I am not sure if Benny has shown any proof on that, but as you guys know,
Here it comes.
the only 2 phone conversations that I ever had with Grandis was when she wanted me to bully people and call other people liars because she was pissed off that they were going to be releasing her text messages. And she wanted me to call out Emma and say that she was lying. And I said, okay. So then I remember asking Candace as soon as Grandma was, cussing up a storm. And then she rage quits the phone call and hangs up the first time after she was like, fuck this, I didn't do no fucking interview, blah, 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 blah. And she hung up. And so Candace is like, you need to stop this, right? Again, the only time Candace wanted to be my friend was when she wanted me to be a goon for her and try and stop shit from happening. Then Candace wanted to be my best friend. And you can ask.
See, that always happens.
Anytime
Everyone's like, they're always like, F you, Cher. And then when they want a fucking gorilla, they're like, Cher, I need you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like Candace was so hot and cold with me, like about 100 times in the last 4 years. I hate Cher, screw Cher. She wants my husband. Even though I want to remind people, her husband's trying to look a lot like my husband now. I'm just saying. He's trying hard. He's trying it. But yeah, she would. How many times do you think she called me, babe? And she was all like, do this for me. Say this for me. Always basically wanted me to lie for them. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I remember the
It was
conversation.
always
Yeah.
it was always about them. It was never about Summer.
No,
Yep.
it never has been.
That's right.
Even in my last live, we did play Dawn's interview, the latest one that they did for her missing 4 years. Not once did it was mostly, well, we can't even leave and go anywhere because of all this going on. This is happening and this is happening. It was all, no, he said that. Go look at his interview from what he just did for her anniversary of being missing, and he said,
John.
we can't even leave and go anywhere because of all this going on. We don't even.
She went to a freaking water park like 72 hours after she was reported missing. What is she talking about?
And then
Having a blast.
He said they don't even listen to what people say anymore. They tell their private
No way.
detectives
They
everything.
went to freaking California taking pictures on the Star Walk of Fame or whatever you call it, and with like Spider-Man and Darth Vader and Batman and all that. When they had all of their kids, one kid missing, all the kids removed. This is what they're doing.
Yeah.
And all I could think of, if I was doing something like that, my mom guilt, if I was there, well, first of all, I don't do vacations without my kids.
Right.
That's for making memories. But could you imagine going to California on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, whatever, and you're seeing all of these, basically like being at Disney World, you're seeing all these characters and that. How can you not think like, oh my God, Summer would love this. Waylon would love this.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me that they are just perfectly fine.
Yep. Yeah, I know. And I was real, and he's like, we just give all that stuff to our private detective investigators and let them do it. And I'm like, since when do you have those? And they're females, apparently.
The Mullen does it all. He's an attorney, he's a PI, he's everything.
I'm like, you're getting so many tips in that you have to have a private investigator to take your tips and to answer questions. You're that busy and that popular that you have to.
Right.
Yeah. And it wasn't like I don't know how long the actual interview was. The one I showed was like maybe 10 minutes. But what's her name did it? I think it was is it Ansley? I think
Ansley Daniels?
Yeah, I think she did it. And then
what changed her voice again? Changed her voice again?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
It might have not been her. It might have been somebody else. But I can't remember. But he looks like he's gained a lot of weight. And she said Candace was going to join us, but she changed her mind right at the last minute. And
that's what I heard.
They had 2 chairs sitting there, and of course, hers was empty. Cue the drama. But anyway.
That's like the one time Grandis, I can tell you, was walking around just fine because we were living on video calls, walking around just fine around that house. But then Ansley comes to do an interview, and all of a sudden, they're wheeling her out in a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
In a wheelchair. She didn't use that one freaking 10 minutes for the interview, wheeled her up in the wheelchair onto that thing, and that's where she blew everything out of the water and was like, what? I didn't go swimming, but she took summer swimming. I stayed home and took a nap. The fuck?
How many stories do we have?
Too many.
Yeah. And they even talked about summer swing in the interview. I'm like, there we go with the swing.
Oh, did he mention how she liked to twirl?
He said that all of his kids have been taken from him. And it, poor pitiful me. Well, there's a reason they've been taken from you. I mean, they don't take children from parents that are taking care of their children
Yeah.
and doing the right thing, And so, and what he said something about him that was really, it was kind of weird. He's like, he described them like, he's like, we had 4 children. And he said something odd, and I was like, why would you say that about your kids? About them being loud or something. I can't remember what it was. It was in that interview, and I'm like, that's so weird. Why would you, if your kids have been taken, that would be the thing you'd remember, that they're loud? I mean, but yeah, I played it. I think it was on my last live. It's not a very long interview, but it's enough to irritate you.
Well, with those, it doesn't take long. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, Bama Budget says, hello, Mr. Share.
Hello, Bama.
What is Victoria? Yeah. All right, let's go back over here.
She would bitch me out one day, and then she'd want me to go and call somebody on YouTube a liar the next day and be my best friend. It was so bizarre. So same with Grandis gets on the phone with me, go stop Emma, they're fucking lying, blah, blah, blah. She hangs up, and I remember asking Candace, I said, do you trust your mom? And she goes, yeah, I fucking trust my mom. What kind of question is that? That's my mother. I trust her with everything. Okay. And so I did, even though she was verifying for me. I'm like, okay, do you have Facebook? You go, yes, I do. Okay, well, I've changed accounts a few times. So there's a couple accounts that are fake accounts and some old accounts that I don't use anymore. Okay, which account is yours that you use right now? Describe for me your icon picture of the current account that you use. And when she described it, and I'm literally looking at it because I'm talking to Emma, who's sending me the screenshots of it, and we all saw it on our channel live. I'm like, oh shit, she's describing the exact same icon that I'm looking at. So that's why I asked Candace, like, do you trust your mom? Because either Candace was talking to Emma as Grandis, which I wouldn't put it past them, or it said that the Rose Meyer girl had everyone's login from when she did the GoFundMe at the very beginning for them, and then there was the falling out with that. But from my understanding, Grandis and all them got new Facebook accounts, which I can tell you they have numerous Facebook accounts. And a lot of them actually are active still. Candace uses like 3 or 4 different accounts that are active even to this day. Yeah. So I know a lot of people question too, is she in rehab right now? I'm going to go with no, but I can't like for certain say she's not in rehab. But if I'm going by seeing that her accounts are active and that she's been on social media or even texting people that she wants to do terrible things to herself, whether it's a joke or not a joke, it's kind of fucked up thing to do. Only weeks before your daughter's 1-year anniversary date of being missing. I hate to call it anniversary date, but that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, make it all about her saying she wanted to off herself.
Yep. Again. I mean, they've been like that this whole time. It's always been about them. It's, and another thing in the interview he did was they were showing, he's like, there's signs up and missing posters everywhere still up of Summer. Well, the ones they were showing were faded and about to blow off the post. And I'm like, okay, so when was that one put there? Because
they don't care. I mean, we already saw they took off to Arkansas and we're living in a motel in Arkansas, being around one of their kids' kids, so their grandkids. And I mean, they don't care. They don't give a shit.
Let's see. Actually, I don't know if odd is what it may be or more. Shit. Yeah, they're I don't know, Shara. How would you describe them? The whales, they're
pieces of shit.
There you go.
They care about themselves only. They would much rather just be on every kind of substance and drink and just be, I mean, they only care about themselves.
Yep.
They've got
Completely
one
selfish.
kid still missing.
Yep.
They've got one kid begging on the internet for a home, but is the one who ended all communications and didn't want to go back to the wells. And the other two are adopted. So between them, just those two have between 7 to 9 kids, if we're going to believe all of the whatever pregnancies, and maybe one was already given up under the freaking, radar or whatever. 7 to 9 children between the two of them, all gone.
Yep.
And we have recorded phone calls where they are telling me and Mark that they are fucking awesome now, and now they can grow together and learn to love each other. And remember, Dawn said, I never wanted kids. Candace's dumbass knocked herself up, all of that.
I remember that.
Mhm.
Yep. Hi, Wolfie. So glad to see you. Yeah,
What's up, Wolfie?
they have never ever been for summer, fine summer. It's always been about how it's affecting them. And every interview that y'all did with them, it was just repetitive. It was the same old story. I would go back and watch the interviews, and I'm like, did I watch this one already? Because he's saying the same thing,
Yeah.
He's talking about how pitiful it is and how they can't do anything and how Candace is having bad days. And I mean, I get it. If every day would be bad, if my child was missing, every day it would be bad. But I mean, the woe is me is all the time, has always been for the 4 years she's been gone.
Yep.
So it's always been that. Let's see what's this say. Can goes on some people's lives to this. Does she? I've never seen her in a live, so I don't know, but I'm sure she does.
Oh, she does. She goes live, all right.
Yep, every day for the rest of my life. Yep. Yeah. I don't know what channels she goes on. I can only, I'm sure it's somebody that's going to cater to her and agree with her, and
that's how you end up getting. Candace has straight up told me that. You have to get on our good side. Well, how do we get on your good side, Candace? Be my friend, be nice to me. And what she really needs is lie for me, be my goon, kiss my ass, and all that.
Eat me up.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just can't be fake. I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
No.
We did our best.
Oh, I know.
That's all we
Y'all
can do,
did
yep.
good. Y'all did way better than I could have done. Way better than, I mean, y'all pushed the limits for y'all to get the information that you could get. But man,
It was like pulling teeth getting them to say anything about summer, though. Like every live, like Dawn would just default and talk about she liked the twirl and I love my church. And Candace would just scream or cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was frustrating. I'm sure it was like, oh God, I got to do this again, because you knew what it was going to be.
Oh yeah. We were all just hoping that they'd say that one thing that would, make all the pieces fall into place, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, it would never happen because they're clearly given a script to follow. And when they don't follow it, well, that's when Tim Mullen comes, a 60-something-year-old man controlling another 60-year-old man, telling him who he can and can't have a conversation with. And then I got one of those 60-year-old men calling me up, freaking out. I don't ever want to stop talking to you, but they don't want me to talk to you. I'm like, well, you should listen to your wife, Dawn. That's okay. I understand. Well, you don't get it. It's not just my wife. Well, I'll reach out to Tim Mullen so it's easier on you. Thank you, Cher. Thank you. And sure as shit. I mean, he called me when I was at work with Mark. Do you remember that, babe? And he was like, I don't want to stop talking to you, but Tim's making me. And that's when I have the proof that I went to Tim and tried to make nice with him, but he just didn't talk to me.
So, what is
That's
it?
very weird.
Why do you think Tim has such a hold over him?
You know why I think that.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% think that Tim may be culpable, in my opinion, allegedly, and all of that BS.
Yeah.
You don't just cover for someone like the Wells, who are complete idiots, who are always high and drunk. We witnessed it. I'm not
Right.
even saying in my opinion. We all witnessed it. We know it to be true.
Mhm.
So why are you putting your neck on the line for someone like Dawn and Candace? I said it from the beginning. Multiple people should be arrested for what happened to Summer. Summer is missing because a lot of people, and probably some bigger up people, Sean Williams, all of these people, Summer was being passed around. And
Yeah.
in my heart, I feel that to be 1,000% true.
Yeah.
You don't cover for people like the Wells unless you're covering your ass for something too. And that's how I honestly feel.
Because the only thing that I agree with him when he talks about Summer disappearing is he's like, she was put in this car and taken off this mountain. Well, I agree with you, Dawn. She was.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
I agree with you on that. That's one thing I agree with you on. But I don't think he knows where she was taken. And I think that's
Right.
what's keeping them.
That's exactly right. I don't honestly think that Candace or Dawn knows where Summer is at right now. And that's where they can be honest, but it doesn't mean they don't know or had a hand in what happened to Summer.
Exactly.
Do they know where she's at? Maybe not. I'll believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right. That's what I mean. Yeah. They know what know what happened. In my opinion. I think they do. And I think Pied Piper, as I call him, knows more. And
Who's that?
the
Pied Piper could be any of them, really.
one that
That's
plays the
him.
flute.
Oh, the food guy.
My father can beat your father playing dominoes.
That's what I call him because that's how I see him, as trying to lure. I just see him as lure children in that way. I don't know why. I do.
Yeah, dude walks around for real in a cloak too. Did anyone know that?
I knew
What
that.
the hell?
Yeah. Somebody asked something for you, Cheryl. Let me see if I can find it. Oh,
Okay.
here you go. Villanova. Can you speak on your theories about the church?
Oh
If-
yeah. Hmm.
Here we go.
Yeah. Not tonight because that would take years for me to get through. And Tammy has a scheduled recording tonight for y'all. But we will. Yeah, Tammy and I and Haley, if she's still in the chat, absolutely. I'll go through. I've got a lot of stuff on the church set on private. I forget I have a private thing. But yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna get back to YouTubing like tomorrow, but I'll schedule something for this week and we'll talk about the cult.
You can say it. I mean, you can talk about
No,
it.
it's just too much. You already know. Don't get me rolling on that. You won't get to your stuff tonight.
Long story short, she's not a fan.
No.
Right. Let's see. How long was it before Mullins came into this? I think he's been in from the beginning.
Mullen was there from the beginning because I started talking to Dawn around July between 7th and 8th of 2021. So just a couple weeks after Summer went missing. Don't forget, my very first message to Dawn was, where the hell did you put your daughter? Tell the truth. Be the
I
hero.
remember that. Yep.
And people hate me, but he started that relationship knowing that was my first message to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I knew there was a man involved. I knew there was someone who was, again, he went from at first, well, I have an attorney friend, blah, blah, blah. So he was there from the very beginning, but little did we know it was Tim Mullen until later on, because as you saw, he wanted to be silent and didn't want people to know.
Mm-hmm.
We even got the picture of him at the prayer circle telling someone to shush. Remember, I clipped that real quick.
And is he the one we call Mr. Boots? Because you
We call him the Sandman.
remember when I did that reading and people were talking about boots?
Oh, that might be because he does wear those boots and he keeps taking pictures of his damn boots out in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Boots. That's what. Pied Piper, Mr. Boots. We got it going on.
Yeah, Puss in the Boots. That's what we'll call him. Puss in the Boots.
There you go. That's good. That's really good. That is really good. Do you think there are more children involved than the Wells children?
Yep. I do.
100%. Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Yes, from the beginning. Yep. Yep. Bella Nova. She's, that's good, isn't it, Bella? My nose, it just will not stop itching. Okay, let's go back over here.
It's just, it's all fucking weird, you guys. What are the odds in the two being missing at Miss Sharp? I don't get it. I know a lot of people will say that the one case doesn't have to do with the other. And I don't feel that in my heart, but that I'm not an investigator. And like I said, I can only say on my platform how I feel, how I think from my own experiences of rubbing elbows with these people and the weird shit that they have said to me. Like, why would Candace say what she said to me about not killing her sister and putting her in a trunk of a car? Why would that come out of her mouth when literally those words had never been said? All I ever did was repost the post that she made. And then that's what she calls me freaking out about. You also remember at the end of one of our lives one time, she called and she was cussing out, or it was Dawn called, and they were in this marital argument. And Candace said, I don't have to turn you in. Cher already did that. The police are on their way. And I'm here listening to all this. And I'm like, Candace, no, I didn't. And I don't know if you remember, Mr. Cher carried on the show, and I'm downstairs, and there's like hell is breaking loose.
Mm-hmm. You remember that, Mark?
I do. Yep.
I do too. We could hear, I remember we could hear Cher talking and yelling from down there. And Mark's like, man, she's really getting loud.
Mhm.
He'd be like, honey, we can hear. And I'm like, I don't care.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah, and you could see how word got around real fast. And because I kept seeing the numbers on Mark's live also, and everyone's like tuning in, like, what the hell's going on?
And I remember I would be talking to Cher and I would hear, like, I would be on backstage before we would start. And she's like, just listen to this. And Candace would be back there, fuck you, Cher. I was like, what? F you, Cher. F you in the background. I'm like, oh, so you're having a usual conversation with Candace today, are you?
Yeah, that was pretty par for the course.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. You remember that, Bama? Yeah, I do too. Poor Mark. He's trying to carry on and he's like, man, she's really getting loud. I think you ended it, didn't you? Mark, I think you ended it.
Might have. It might have gotten too bad.
I think it did. I think you ended it, if I can remember right.
Almost every night with these people. And yes, a few times she called me freaking out when I would talk about Rose, and she would bring up, I didn't kill my sister, but I never said that. Like the words that she was saying never came out of my mouth. I never said Candace stabbed her sister. Right? So it's just this weird. And where was she? Because her story has changed on that. She was like, yeah, I've been questioned. Dawn said they both were questioned in it, right? And she's like, well, it couldn't have been me because I was in between Arkansas and Tennessee. Okay, but where was you? You remember, you'll never forget the day your mom called you. So where were you in between Arkansas and Tennessee? just like on the road driving, you don't recall exactly, or were you stopped over somewhere? Like, I just don't know. I don't know because everyone lies so damn much. Yeah, thanks. She can be blocked because she's had numerous chances. I'm not even gonna go back to see what the bitch said because I don't care. And when people out of the blue just flock and want to defend somebody, I don't understand. I don't understand the people that defend and send money to Jody Sue Brown and protect her and kiss her butt to this day. I will never understand that when she has numerous times talked about killing children, whether she has done it or not. The way she freaking talks about it is disgusting. Nobody should be supporting that. That's terrible. Share they are friends with Chris, so they say. Yeah, well, they can say whatever they want. Just because they're friends with him doesn't mean shit to me. They can say whatever the hell they want because Candace has been asked. We had Chris McDonough ask Candace, was her husband involved with it? And Candace says, well, we can't really talk about that, or I don't know, we can't really get into that, right? So the fuck out of here with Chris's friends coming in here. That's also shady as shit. Like, you shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, because if you remember in the interview that Chris Madonna had, when he walked into the house, the picture of Rose was up there. And she said, we don't talk about her, or we don't talk about that, or something like that. That's my sister. We don't talk about her, or something like that. And he's like, okay, I won't ask. Y'all remember that? That's what the problem is with both cases. Yep. Right. Too many lying. And I believe they're connected. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this. Because I just feel like they are. One has something to do with the other. Or if they don't, I'm not saying that one happened because of the other. I'm saying that the connection is there on who is responsible, is what I'm trying to say. I can't spit it out, and it doesn't want to come.
Well, I always said, like, you can't really find it now because Candace has deleted so much stuff, but in the beginning, her Facebook she had all kinds of, like, dark posts and videos, like, even one she did a summer after she went missing, it was like almost like a heavy metal song playing. And it didn't fit. Like, it gave a really creepy vibe to the video.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely has a darkness to her.
Yeah, I agree. And Don's like, I never met her. I never met Rose. I don't know that I believe that he never met her. That just doesn't seem plausible to me.
Yeah, I don't believe it. That whole family, like, I don't want to get your child in trouble here.
No.
Like his sisters and all that crap that went on.
Mm-hmm.
How that they only started saying anything after Summer went missing, saying they didn't even know Summer existed. That's a lie.
Yeah, how can you not know?
They knew. Like, that's
Yeah. It's
that
the
whole
easiest
family
thing.
just garbage.
Yeah. It's the easiest thing to say I don't know, or I never met them, because they think it takes them out of the picture, but it doesn't. It just makes me suspect him even more, because I just can't imagine him not knowing her. Maybe not know her, but I don't think he had never not met her. I don't believe that.
Either.
Too much they ought to be. Yeah. Too much. I mean, it's too many. And I think, hi, mother of a legend. Hello. Glad you're here. And I think they do that with all the lies, because if they tell so many, now everybody's confused, because you're like, well, well, first they said this and then they said that. And then, you have to sit and put all the lies together and take the crap out to figure out the truth somewhere in there, because there's the truth is there somewhere. But they do it just I think if they just fill you full of lies, eventually you're just like, okay, I just have no clue.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I just can't imagine what the odds would be. Yeah. Both sides. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I'm sure there are families out there that have more than one, that at some point they might have had more than one person missing, but I don't think it's that common of a thing. I mean, we hear about people going missing all the time, but if you hear like a brother and sister missing, it's normally like custodial,
Yeah.
like the other custodial parent has taken them or something. Don't normally hear missing family members that are like 10 or 12 years apart. I do have one missing that I've done readings on, and it's a great aunt and a nephew. I think it's a great aunt and a nephew, but they are excuse me, sir, they're Native American, and that happens, I think, more common than bless their hearts, they go missing a lot. But they are related, and they went missing like years apart. But that's the only other I've ever heard of people missing with two family members like that.
Yeah, I've never heard of anyone.
Mm-mm. Where are we at? Let me see. We're going to get to hear about Benny. I think we're getting close to that. We should
It's
be.
very much like Jody Sue bullshit. So people can come and tell me Jody Sue is innocent. We got people that claim to be friends to Candace who says she's innocent. I don't give a shit. That is all hearsay. I don't care. In the court of public opinion, we have 2 missing females in the same family. Everybody is on the table until law enforcement comes out and starts weeding out who's not on the table, because we haven't had that. And we sure as shit have not had. You find me the law enforcement, Wisconsinite. My email is pretty public. You show me where law enforcement has actually said that Chris is cleared, that the husband has been cleared. I'd like to see that. No bullshit. If law enforcement has said that, I'd like to see that.
Bullshit.
I still like to
We
see
got
that.
law enforcement clearing the husband. Cool. Do you happen to know then, since you know it all, who the sheriffs have as a suspect currently? Everything needs looked at until facts are clear. Exactly. Especially in the Summer Wells case. Everybody is still on the table for me.
Mm-hmm.
Jody Sue, Andy, every freaking buddy. Why? Because everybody's lying. It makes me think of when Don tells me, that there is conspiracy theories that he would like to talk to me about, but he didn't really want to get into it. One of which law enforcement brought Candace Booz that night when reporting Summer missing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fucked up. Do I believe that? No, I don't believe that. But he has talked to me several times about maybe law enforcement being involved, or, we can't, like, law enforcement's not helping. And I know that they heard that, because I remember one of my first conversations with the TBI agent. The first thing, without me even saying it to them, they were like, we are working hard on this, and it was like they heard what Don and I talked about. So we knew that they were watching Creators, though, because Ronnie Lawson said, we're watching all the social media, which good. I hope they are, because what other suspects has been all over social media like this? And
Ronnie Lawson listening for social media because he's watching for Summer's hints and tips, or is he watching it for another reason? What is Ronnie? Or is he even watching it at all anymore?
They're watching. They're for sure watching. No doubt about it.
You think they're still watching?
Yeah. Why would they tell me keep doing what you're doing as long as you feel comfortable. They're
Yeah.
watching. They straight up told me, Hannah, who was the head agent of the TBI on Summer's case at that time, told me, we're watching. Keep doing what you're doing as long as you are comfortable.
Yeah. But now he's not talking to nobody, apparently.
No, just, Ansley Daniels, and I want to remind people, Ansley Daniels got pretty popular after the Summer Wells case, and Ansley Daniels' family is close to Tim Mullen. Tim Mullen was the photographer for Ansley Daniels' family pictures for years.
Yep.
Weird, right?
Mm-hmm. Very weird. And I didn't realize he took photos, which is even creepier than the other.
He's everywhere. He's got all the creeper jobs. He's a photographer. He's this. He's a realtor. He takes the pictures. So not only does he, and he's in the historian there, works with all the history people and whatever. And so basically, this man knows everybody around. He knows who has what kids, and not only that, he knows the inside and layout of most of the houses around there. Awesome, right?
Yeah, because he's a realtor.
Exactly. Taking the pictures to post them online. That's his job. So that's creepy.
Yeah, that's real creepy. Oh, let's see. Did anyone ever wonder the Freemasons? Just asking. I don't know. Is there a Freemason organization?
Yes, there is. And Andy Menard's a part of it.
Okay.
I've got videos on that too.
There you go. Maybe that can go in with the SDA.
Mm-hmm.
For classic way for predators. Yep. Easy access to kids. Yep. Mhm.
Well, Tim Mullen was the one taking the pictures at the Seventh-day Adventist, and he's the one taking the pictures at the fair. And remember, he's all up around Tennessee. He's the photographer for it all, and the news person, whatever. And,
When
he's also the one taking the pictures that I have of the Freemason people too. Like,
did he take pictures at the vigil too?
yep, everywhere.
Yep.
Tim Mullen.
Yep.
And he also runs a bunch of Facebook groups for Tennessee, for businesses. It's him running these pages, Facebook pages and web addresses and historian YouTube channels. It's all got Tim Mullen's watermarks behind it.
Mm-hmm. And then you get the cemetery they throw in there.
Yep.
Because they seem to want to throw that in there. What does the Freemasons do? Well, it's a mystery.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to, in any religion / cult, you're going to have, even Scientology, all that kind of stuff. You're going to have, not everybody that's in the Freemasons is a bad person. They probably don't even know half the shit that's really going on in, I'll call it the core of these cults or religions, whatever you want to feel comfortable calling them. Cult for me. But not everybody joins these things and are bad people or even knows the real happenings going on at the core. So I don't want to throw
Everybody under the bus.
Yeah, exactly. But
Right. Yeah.
how it goes.
TJ.
And same with the Seventh-day Adventist. Not everyone, I'm not calling out everyone that's Seventh-day Adventist. You're probably a real nice person. But there's a core of these establishments going on with some bad people doing bad things. Might not be you or your family member that was a part of it, but it's going on.
Mm-hmm. And the Freemasons are real secretive. They don't really go out and talk about what they do.
You're not supposed to. That's correct.
Yeah. TJ is
But
in the house. Hello,
I
TJ.
don't know about, well, actually, I can't say that.
Mimi Jean's in the house. Hi, Mimi Jean.
Hey, Mimi.
Yeah. TJ, come sneaking in here.
Hey, TJ.
Right. You know things, just saying. Yeah. 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 Yep.
telling you, it's a problem when all of them were studying, and just because Grandis only talked to few times, select times to whatever people she talked to, doesn't mean that she wasn't also looking up this shit when sending it to Dawn and Candace. Remember, I said to you, Dawn and I specifically went over 3 high-profile media or trial by media cases.
Oh, that's right.
We sent back and forth about
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Madeline McCann.
Mm-hmm. And the other one I had not heard of.
The staircase murder guy, Michael Peterson.
Yeah, that one I had not heard of. So I was going to
You
look.
gotta watch that. You
Yeah.
have to find the show on Netflix called Trial by Media. Was that what it's called, babe?
Let me write that.
And you will watch on there how they helped this Michael Peterson, who definitely killed 2 or 3 women the same way. And he basically got away with it because he learned to use and got a coach, a media coach, which is very much what I was doing with Dawn. But I was doing that to see, because if you're innocent, you shouldn't need anyone coaching you on how you should look, how you should behave when
Right.
you're online or on media, any kind of media. You shouldn't need that coaching.
Right. Yeah.
You should be able to just go and do it because you're innocent.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that after talking specifically about certain things, and I can prove this because it's in text messages, some of it, and where I'm like, you have to watch this. We have to do this because Michael definitely killed those women, but people think that he's innocent and he's getting away with it. And then you can literally watch from certain conversations I had with him, and then seeing him public, bringing up the Madeline McCann and showing him clips of this and that, and how she walked around holding a doll for Madeline every time she was on camera. The mom did.
Mm-hmm.
That very fucking same day or the next day, he was at the prayer vigil actually, and holding a teddy bear. You can't make this shit up.
No, you can't. You can't. Nope.
Like, so he's clearly taking the coaching steps, which people hated me for. But I'm like, okay, I'm taking note of this. Like, he's taking the coaching. This is kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Because he's been talking to other people too, obviously, and watching other stuff to know. But who told him to watch this stuff?
Me.
No, other than you, was there someone else telling him to watch, like the?
I can't say. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Mullen, the Sandman, was probably telling him to watch the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's absolutely a puppet master.
Yeah. See what's Shara, I know that tonight is about Rose. In a few chats lately, when church is brought up, Norway has been mentioned. Oh,
Norway. Like,
the country Norway? Like,
I haven't heard that until right now. That's interesting.
Stephanie Harlow did an amazing deep dive on Staircase. Oh.
The Staircase Murders. Yes, you have to watch it.
TJ says, Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Happy 4th, happy 1st, wherever you may be from.
My
Happy.
father-in-law was a Freemason, and my mother-in-law was in Stars. Yeah, is that what the female side is called, or do they have a female side? Yes, the country Norway. Hell, Norway. Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Is there like an SDA in Norway? Wouldn't surprise me because they are everywhere. They're even in Regina, actually. We had one here in town, but I think they closed down. No, they meet in the basement of one of the restaurants here. Someone told me about the Seventh-day Adventist meetings in this town. I'm still going to try and get in one.
Oh. TJ said, Happy Canada Day, y'all. Well, not y'all, but Happy Canada Day. There's
You say y'all up here.
I always say
It's
y'all.
not quite as often.
Just not as often, huh?
Not as enthusiastically either.
Oh, okay.
I only say y'all because it's lazy for you all.
Yeah,
Everybody,
that's the
y'all.
reason we say it. Yep.
Lazy. Let's see. Hell, Norway. Oh, that's the name of the town? Hello, Norway. Okay. I thought it was Hell, Norway. I'm like, well, dang, if you name your town that, then there must be something. I mean, if you already know, I mean, dang. Let's see. The Order of the Eastern Star. Okay, I knew it was something like, okay. Okay. Oh, there, man. Order of the Eastern Star. Yep, that sounds right. Yep. All right. Let's go back over here.
About which what is that family's name? McCann. Madeline McCann. He was studying the parents, and I'm not kidding you guys. You can see after I send stuff to him, you can see it play out how he was acting. We talked about the Madeline McCann parents. Guess what Don was seeing? I think within days at the prayer vigil doing, but holding a freaking stuffed animal bear. Wasn't it a stuffed animal bear or something like that he was holding? And before that, I was like, and she was carrying around a doll all the time, Madeline's doll. The mom, whatever the mom's name is, Madeline's mom, Mrs. McCann, would carry around a doll all the time. Once Don seen that, he was carrying around a teddy bear 2 different times at a prayer vigil. All right, I'm saying that word wrong. Mr. Sure hates that, but he did study these things. We talked about Michael Peterson, and my exact words to Don was, he was like, okay, what about this case? And I said, I'm pretty sure that dude got away with killing at least 2 women, Don. Oh, really? Okay, I'm going to look at this. And then he would study, just like Michael Peterson had to do, study and have a person there to coach you on how you should be acting. Ask yourself, does an innocent person need coaching on how they should be acting? That's what gave me red flags. Like, oh shit, Donald for sure is a psychopath. He is a psychopath. When you have to study the behaviors. Time out for saying something. Hold on. You don't like, that's considered infringing on my freedom of speech. Oh, wow. Yeah. You're an idiot. That's my freedom of speech. God, people say dumb shit. I don't even know why I went back and looked at that. I want to see. Oh, maybe. Nope, that's the one we were watching. I wonder.
Oh, Blue Eyes Dumplings, I wanted to say hi. I thought I missed you earlier, and then I seen it. I was like, yep, I did miss her. Sorry. I thought I missed somebody else. Let me look and see. Maybe it was just Blue Eyes I seen. Okay, so it is Hell, Norway. Gosh, who would want to live there? Blue Eyes Dumplings. Hello.
I wonder. Now I'm trying to find. Maybe I don't have it on here anymore. She must be on the wrong channel. Hey, Miss Persevere. Right, Teddy Jen. She doesn't have to prove anything to me. She can just call law enforcement with whatever she seems to know.
Whatever you seem to know. Now, this is where that.
Okay, it was a different
shot's
Christopher.
Hey, Blue Eyes.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, it is a different Christopher. So her ex-husband is Christopher Larson, right? And as I said to the trolls who just got blocked, but are probably still listening, I did say I would pull this up after in a few minutes, which I'm doing. And I said if it was the wrong person, we would put that out there. So yeah, it is not her husband, but for some reason, of course, they have put this guy all mixed in, as you can see, with Rose Bly. So, and I just remembered his first name was Christopher, but yes, this is not Tim. But his name is Christopher, and he lives in the same area. That's really it. What is this?
This is where it gets interesting.
Why would that Christopher M. Marcos? Hold up, wait a minute. Before I share, I better look at that. Why would that be listed as 110 Ben Hill Road? Who the hell is that guy? Possible current residents. Okay, for 110 Ben Hill Road. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Who is this guy? Do you see this? How do I, hold on. Save image. Okay, hold on here. Okay, you see this possible current residents. 110 Ben Hill Road. Can you guys see that? Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me pull this up on my phone. Oh, that's tiny as shit. Okay, hold on. Can I make this bigger? Oh my God. Okay. No, it's not letting me make it bigger. Shoot. Okay. So the guy who I was mistaking. Yeah, what the freak? So Christopher M. Marcos, this is the guy that I thought was Rose's ex-husband. It's not, but he is listed as a resident up until June 16th, 2021 at 110 Ben Hill Road. This dude is a bad dude, let me tell you.
So he was listed. Somebody's up here interfering in my window screen here. Oh, there's Mark. I think he had to come back.
I'm back.
You're back. So he was listed as missing or as living there up until June 16th, 2021. And Summer went missing June 15th, 2021. So he moved the day after Summer went missing. That's what that sounds like. Oh, what'd you say, TJ? Got to go watch fireworks. Okay, have a good time. Enjoy the fireworks. Yeah, that's what I said. Mm-hmm. 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 It gets better. Let me turn. Oh, that's my fire radio. Let me turn it off. Okay. Would you move, Miss Ma'am? Yes. Okay. So let's go over here and listen to what she's saying. I thought it was a different year, but maybe not. Let's listen again.
Oh my gosh. No, can I make that bigger? How the fuck can I make it bigger? I don't know. Can you guys see that? So this is him. Offense is first-degree rape of a child, but from March 25th, 1992. Last known address, Grantsburg, Wisconsin. And we also have him as a resident at Ben Hill Road. Yay, where have I been all this time? This is not good. How did I miss that? Eesh. Okay, this is. Yeah, it fucking says that. Possible current residents for 110 Gun Hill Road. Okay, so we got this bad dude who has been to Grantsburg, Wisconsin, which is where Rose Bly was last seen, and as a resident at 110 Ben Hill Road until June 16th, 2021, y'all. Well, it says that's last seen. You're over here sweating now? Whoops, that's my mistake. Hey, Wisconsinita, bitch. I'm glad I had that mistake, by the way. I'm glad we're looking into this because look at, I didn't see that. I'm sure there's other sleuths out there that have come across this. I haven't. Holy shit. Let's pull that back up. Babe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting
love the way
people
you
have
said
it
that.
on the show.
Yeah. So how did they know that was his last day at the residence? That's what I mean, did he go
Yeah.
in? Did he go in and sign a thing at the post office?
I don't know, but that's fucking weird for sure.
I mean, that's the only way you would know somebody's last day in their home would be if they went to the post office and said, stop sending mail on this day. You know what I mean? How would they? That's so weird.
I forgot about finding that guy, and finding that he was at 110 Ben Hill Road was a complete mistake.
Yes, it's the same year, Bama. She went missing. 2020. Yeah, that's when Summer went missing. Yep. Like a day. I mean, that's just. And then he had connections from where Rose's car was found. Because she's from St. Croix. I'm probably not saying it right. So she's 30 miles from where her car was found. And he has connections.
Yeah, from around like St. Croix area.
Yeah. And
Did you say Crow?
Yeah, because I didn't.
Croix.
Yeah. So he was the town that he's known to have lived in is the same town her car was found in, I think. Or close to it. And that's
I think I might be saying it wrong, actually. Is it LaCroix or LaCroix? That's not LaCrosse. No, it's LaCroix, right?
Is it Croix?
It is.
Yeah.
LaCroix.
Oh, well, no one in Minnesota says that.
Okay.
LaCroix.
I know. Did he take her out? Hey, when I was going back through shared video and I'm like, wait, what? I mean, I listened to that 3 times because I was like, how did we not talk about this more? I don't know why we didn't talk about it more.
I mean, yeah, I'm a little bit shocked why we didn't even talk about it more, but that's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
Would you a bad dude.
Ginger kitty. Yeah.
Oh, I had this girl in here, and she come in, and I said, I like your hair, because she had her hair purple and her nails purple, and then she said she liked my hair, and then all of a sudden, because I was muted, but all of a sudden we hear Tammy's cat go off, and she's looking around, she goes, do you have a cat in here? I was like, no, that's my sister's cat, and she was dying of laughing.
Oh. Yes, prayers for Summer, Moon, Utah Wells, and Rose Blight. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, Mimi's anniversary? Mimi, is it your wedding anniversary? How many years? I probably missed it. You probably already put it in the chat.
The other thing, too, is maybe if that guy got put back in jail, they would say that he was not living there. I don't know.
Oh,
that guy up.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Because that wouldn't be his residence anymore.
Right.
The jail would be. I didn't think about that. That could be it, too. Yeah. Witchy Mama says, yes, you're saying it like a Minnesotan, LaCroix. Okay.
Yeah, LaCroix. Yeah, because I think of it's like those sparkly waters. LaCroix.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Yeah. 40 years. Dang, congratulations. You go, girl. You just go. How about that? 40 years. Congratulations. Yeah, so when I was going through here, I'm like, and I sent Cher a message. I'm like, do you realize this about your video? I can't wait to do this tonight. So I sent it to her and she was like, oh my gosh, I remember it. But you forget because it's been so much
Okay.
a while ago.
Clip that section and either turn it into a video or a short, and that will get traction on your channel going. That whole part, you could clip out that whole part where we're figuring out like a good, because you're doing your lives, but if we can clip some of your stuff into videos, that's going to help you too. Cause I want to.
Yeah, I need to get growing.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to Cher talk about how we should have seen this already. And I agree.
This is ridiculous.
Huh?
I say that.
What?
We should have already been seeing this.
Well, you said I don't know how we missed it.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And why would he be listed with? Oh my gosh, what is this about? Okay. That's crazy. I'll share it. I'm gonna share here in a minute. Okay, here we go. This will be better, I think, for you to see. Okay, can we see that better?
Hmm.
Am I sharing screen? Okay, hold on. Marcos was also seen working at a gas station in Wisconsin the day she went missing. He was suspect number 1 for everyone in beginning. Okay, so we had this dude here who, and all his aliases, Harris. Whoa, is this dude related? I know it's spelt different, but we got, now Harris is kind of a common name, I'm going to assume, because my best friend's last name is Harris. And okay, so we got this dude here. It's the same dude. March 25th, 1992, first degree rape of a child. Okay. Is this one of the people that come with Jose in them? I don't know. I'm just saying, but we got, and the last name Harris, Christopher, Marcos, we got all these aliases. What H's last name is Harris, right? But it's spelled different. Is that a coincidence that we got 2 sets of suspects here now that do use an alias of Harris? Christopher M, Chris Marshall. So Chris Marshall Harris, or Marcos. Chris Marshall Marcos. And yeah, last known address, Grantsburg, Wisconsin. That is, did he work at that damn? Sorry, guys, I'm like not paying attention to the chat right now. Grandis's nephew? No. Okay. What? We gotta go back because for sure this dude is listed as being a resident on 110 Ben Hill Road, and he has a first degree rape. I want to just see what that means. What is, because I like the different degrees. First degree. First degree rape involves forcible compulsion and may occur with the use or threatened use of a deadly weapon, kidnapping, infliction of serious bodily injury for the alleged victim.
I've seen a comment. Oh, Bama. That's good. That is a good. That's true. That could have happened. Yep. Law enforcement was there the day after she was missing. They probably arrested him. Not supposed to be around kids. That's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Mimi Jean. He looks like a pedo in the shadow. Well, he might have lived in the shed. Oh, thank you, Victoria. We're glad you found us also. Yeah, go and if you haven't already subscribed to Cher's channel, subscribe to her because this is her video. Her and Mr. Mark, subscribe to him too. Both of their channels. They've got lots of summer stuff, a lot more than I have of summer stuff. So go and check it out, both of them. And they got some fun stuff too, some cool stuff on there. I don't know, do y'all still have your like when you did challenges? Like
On our joint channel.
okay, you still have that one up?
Yeah, those are all up still.
Yeah, you should drop that because they have quite the challenges. Mark gets himself into some situations.
Anything for a super chat.
Mhm.
Do one of those shows, babe. It's summer. We gotta have fun, have a couple drinks, and go live and just have fun.
You tell
Yeah.
them what you did with your beard.
I don't
Which
remember.
time?
Yeah, what did you do?
The very first time when you
Oh.
raised money for it and you remember you shaved it
Yeah, I shaved the glorious moss off for summer.
for summer. Yep. If we raised, what was it, 1,000? Did we
I
have
think
to?
it was around $1,500 that he ended up sending to be part of the reward fund, which ended up going to the Churchill Rescue Squad or some shit, which
Yeah.
we didn't want to go
We
to.
sent
But
it
yeah.
directly to the Churchill Rescue Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we found out that they were at trouble for like robbing money and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
probably half of that was my own money because I covered what YouTube takes for their share.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And now you don't have to do it through them though, right? Now you can do it where it doesn't get taken like that, right?
Yeah, YouTube, you can do the fundraisers right
Yep.
on YouTube.
Okay.
That's what I do all the time.
So they have some good challenge videos on there. We've had lots of fun. I don't know if they had more fun doing it or we had more fun watching them do it. But
Well, I know everyone had more fun watching me put Icy Hot on my privates than I had because that was not fun at all.
I was
You have to go to
thinking,
the hospital after that. Good night, Claudia.
good night, Claudia. Thank you for coming. I was
Hey,
thinking,
Claudia.
surely not. Mark is not. Then I thought it's gonna take a set to do that, and you did it though. Yeah, and they do some cooking ones too. So yeah, go over there and check them out. Check them out for sure. All right.
Whoa. Oh, whoa.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I gotta go back here and find where did I see this dude listed as a resident. This is not good. I don't like that. And it okay, so I'm gonna go to the images. Okay, yeah.
Hold up. Wait a minute. When did Grandis
Cousin.
leave?
Is so
Tammy, when
Yeah.
did Grandis leave? Didn't she leave the next day? Do you think that's why it's posted to June 16th? Grandis brought dude back to Wisconsin.
She did leave the next day.
Boom, right there. Remember that. Grandis took that man back to fucking Wisconsin the next day, June 16th. Boom.
Yeah, because it was also stated in here a little later. That's when you talk about Benny is talking about him being Grandis's boyfriend, not Benny, the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where we get into that discussion. So that very well could have happened, for sure. Yep. She very well could have taken because she left the next day. I don't remember how long she was gone though. Because she also took Jose back.
Yeah, that was different. That was different times though, because
Yeah.
Jose brought back not long after whatever. But she took Jose to North or South Dakota, if I'm not mistaken.
She took him way up there. Well, I guess that might not be that
South
far. Tennessee.
Carolina, North Dakota, South North Carolina. One of them.
Oh, okay.
Dakotas or Carolinas, one of the two.
I think it was the Carolinas.
Carolina, is that closer? Yeah, that makes more sense for the area.
that's-
Yeah, it was Carolina.
That's a lot closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nephew to Grandis. Does that make it Rose's cousin? I don't know. I really don't know. I just want to find where he is listed as a resident again. Where did that go? What the fuck? That is so weird. No, it's oh, here it is. Okay. Oh my gosh.
I'm too honest for this. Have you been hiding in the bushes? Have you been lurking in the bushes? I know you have. I know you have. See, here she's coming out with the North Carolina answering the question for us. I know you've been in the bushes, ain't you?
Lurker.
That's where she's been. She's been in the bushes. Been in the bushes. She's like me. I like to hide in the bushes too.
Right. I'll do that sometimes in Justin's, and then I go and block an asshole out of his chat. And it's like voices behind the wall blocking. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, you just came in? Okay, I'm too honest for this because I know sometimes you'll tell me I'm lurking because I do it. I ain't gonna lie. I lurk.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go in chats and never say a word. I just listen the whole time. I heard something last week that Dawn was going to give the Candace to get her gone, but Candace and Grandma gave the Summer. Oh. Mm-hmm. Sacrifice Summer, right? You hate technology. Yeah, smart TVs. Yep. I want to try to get to this. Oh, you never chat, but except for here. Oh, Shares and Mandy's. Yeah. I know, Bama. Sometimes it's just better off to just lurk, just hide in the bushes.
Freaking show. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yeah, so he is listed right there as possible or current resident for 110 Ben Hill Road,
Yep.
Rogersville, Tennessee. Candace, Dawn, and then him. First seen around May 4th, 2018. May 4th, 2018. Last seen about June 16th, 2021. Now they have that on for Candace and Dawn as well, which we know that they were at that address later than June 16th.
Mhm.
So it's almost like they're putting last seen as Summer's date of disappearance, although she was reported missing on June 15th. So even that's off by a day. But we do know that Dawn resided there. That is Dawn's house, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But they all have the same last seen date on there, which is But even for
That's weird.
Christopher, first seen in there, May 4th, 2018. So we know that they can be off of it. So sometime in 2018 and 2021. Yeesh. Lisa came into the case when Summer went missing, talks to Jeannie and some others. She did the same thing in the Cash Gernon case. It's cool to speculate, but she puts out dangerous claims. Be careful. Yeah, I don't know who that Lisa is, nor do I really care to know who it is. If she has a problem with my content, she should just not watch. Lisa K. Ruiz. Oh, a lot of good, true, unbiased information. Okay, well, send you an email. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, I see I got an email. Grandma's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think that's Grandis's boyfriend, Chris M. Marcos. Ugh, well, we know Grandis likes him
There it is.
younger than her. She was all slapping on Benny's butt and everything, allegedly.
There you go, Cher. There you go. Yeah. So do you think she was related to him by marriage, or do you think she was his boyfriend?
I don't know now. Now we're gonna have to go study this over again because I completely forgot about all this till now.
Mm-hmm.
That's really freaking weird, and I can't believe nobody else has jumped on that. I don't know because I clearly pulled it up. This was just a study session, and we were
Yeah.
finding it out together. But it's right there on the screen.
Right.
I don't remember this at all.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Why would that not be talked about more?
Yeah, nobody's talking about it, and I don't know if it's why.
Oh, you got to make it into a video because I think it might now. Maybe it's all in the timing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean because I mean he's in the area where Rose went missing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He was
where Summer went missing.
yeah, and he was seen the day Rose went missing, and now he's
Child
living-
rapist. So now we know what kind of people they're hanging out with, which we already knew, but they're hanging out with child rapers. Sorry.
Yeah, but what are the odds of the person that was around?
There
Your
can't be a
sister.
coincidence that big.
You know, your sister 10 years ago, and you're in a total different state, and now that same person is around your daughter, and they both went missing.
So he has to be linked to Candace and Grandis somehow. I mean, I fully believe that he's gotten a ride with Grandis at least once or twice because he's from the same area as she is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mark, you don't remember this at all?
No, I don't.
Isn't this crazy? Man, when I seen this, I'm like, oh, we gotta bring this back out tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We got to bring this up. Yeah. And we got to start looking into it. I mean, because nobody's talked about it. So is there a reason nobody's talked about it? Did nobody not see it before? Or are they hiding it?
So next live you do, let's just make it a study session and we'll look up his name. And just like this show you're going over was just a study session. We found this by mistake. We weren't looking for that.
Yeah.
But we found it. So let's do a study session on this guy for your next live.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good because, I mean, nobody's talked about. I mean, I don't even.
No, and it should be because that's kind of huge. I don't know why people didn't catch that, but there was so many different. There's just too much. I don't even know what's all out there on the wells because
Right.
the well got around and everybody's talking about it, and so it's easy to forget. Especially then, I was living on the phone 24/7 with these people, so I was just
Well, you
all
were doing
kinds of
it.
frazzled.
You're doing your own different kind of study session, so I can see it. But I mean, there were so many channels that was doing Summer's case, and
Yeah.
so many people looking into it. I would have thought somebody, and maybe somebody did, and I never saw it. But
Yeah, it could be. Maybe we just didn't see it. Well, then, yeah, that's a plan. You gotta Yeah, let's set up a study session and we'll just dig into that guy's name again and pull up everything on him. And, you know, everyone's getting hooked on the Sebastian. Now everyone's stuck on Jack and Lily, and I'm not seeing a lot of Sebastian even these days. So I'm seeing even less Summer and even less Rose Bly. So
Yeah.
let's
And
just
you know better than anybody, you and Mark know that I've wanted to do Rose since before Summer was.
forever. Yeah. Yep.
And so I had told in my last 2 lives, I'm like, I really want to talk about Rose. And I asked chat, you know, do y'all want me to move on to Jack and Lily, or do you want to talk about Rose? And they're like, no, we want to talk about Rose. And I was so glad because I wanted to talk about Rose too, because I think she needs to be put out there.
So I'll join you on Rose and you join me for Jack and Lily.
Yeah, that'll work.
There we go.
Somebody who just came in? Who does that just?
We don't forget about Summer, because where we can find answers for Rose, I promise you in my heart and soul, I believe we will find answers for Summer as well.
Hey, BJ, how are you? It was said Maracas was a cousin.
Cousin, nephew. Yeah.
Yeah. Boyfriend.
Yeah. One of them.
Nephew by marriage. We don't.
Creeper. Yeah.
We heard that one
Ding,
too.
ding, 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 ding.
BJ Powell. It's supposed to be Grandis's nephew. Okay, so she wasn't me tooing her nephew. I don't know. I don't know.
It's supposed to be. That is just so nasty. I mean, I'm just thinking. But would it surprise you?
No.
Hell no.
No. Donald could have been pegging Candace and Grandis at the same time. I'm not going to be surprised.
Oh, I don't want to picture that.
I'm just saying, like, no, nothing's going to really. But then when I say that, something comes up and I'm like, oh my God.
We probably could have went forever without that image, but.
Yeah. Maybe Grandis liked to twirl too.
Family secrets. It is gross and nasty, but
I can't see Grandis.
Mimi says, bingo share. I'm too honest for this, you for the visual. I'm sorry.
Gross, nasty, right? Yeah, and I was really
just
excited.
say things. I don't picture them. I say them.
And we're stuck with the aftermath.
Thanks, Cher. We love you.
I love you too.
You all just got a very small glimpse of what it's like to be her husband.
Look at Bama. Look what Bama said.
Oh, I asked Mark. I say weird things to him.
Yeah.
Mark's like, oh, it's just Cher.
Yeah.
You get used
Oh my
to it.
God, can't take you anywhere, Cher.
Right? That's what I say about my husband sometimes. I can't take you anywhere. God, public.
Mark really says he can't take me anywhere. He left me alone for 2 seconds in a bar.
Mark, that was 2 seconds too long.
He came back and I'm at the table full of Jamaicans.
Did you have your dreads in?
No, this was a while ago now. See, he didn't take me out again after that.
Well, that's not why. It's because I had to literally pick you up and carry you out of the bar because you were trying to fight everybody.
Cher.
One guy was like making jokes about beating his girlfriend or something, and I got mad.
Yeah.
I remember that. Didn't he joke about hurting his girlfriend or slapping his girl or something?
I have no idea what he said. I know that they were screwing with you, and it was getting me mad because they got you to put your leg up on your foot up on the stool, so they could all see up your freaking dress.
That's right.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be hurting people right away. And then you started going after the littlest one for some reason. So I'm like, yeah, now's a good time to leave. So I just picked you up and off we go.
At least you weren't dancing on the bar top. I don't know, Wolfie. Shit, that probably would have been next.
That was like the girls screaming and yelling some inappropriate songs. I told Mark when he came in, I'm like, I was talking about you.
You should have seen how scared those guys were when I come walking back from having a smoke. They're like, oh, fuck.
They're like,
No,
he's
we
a
were-
biker. He's a biker dude. He's going to beat the crap out of all of us.
Yeah. Well, this is why I don't drink. Mark goes, yeah, you're never allowed to go to the bar by yourself.
Right.
No. God, no.
But what people don't know is I'm obsessed with Jamaica. I will always find the group of Jamaicans, and that's my people.
Dancing on the bar is kind of fun. Well, I'm too honest for this. You have a story to tell?
Yeah,
Hmm.
let's hear it.
Well, we've all done it.
No, I have never been up on a bar and danced.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, even I've been up and I've done it.
Okay.
Mark, you have?
Yeah.
New bucket list goal,
The
and Mark
beard of
will
reason? Really?
go live, and I will dance on a bar top, not in a dress.
Not in a dress.
Jeans.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I'm very tomboy. I shouldn't be in skirts and dresses. I forget I'm wearing them.
Oh, I'm too honest with it. Said she's danced on a few.
Oh shit! Coyote Ugly in the house.
Me either, and I was a part. You were, but you never did that, huh? Been there. Uh-oh, Mimi Jean.
Bama, we could get into some trouble. Come visit Canada. Let's go out.
Oh, yeah.
Jean, you have danced on a bar? Well,
Mimi Jean.
I'm proud of
Oh,
you.
I am missing out. Why have I not danced on a bar?
Take that girl dancing, Vicky said, Mark.
She will for sure bust her ass. I call her Calamity Jane, literally.
Yeah.
Jane.
I am very clumsy.
Mhm.
Confessions. I know, Wolfie. All kinds of confessions tonight, ain't it? See, the Wells brought the confession side.
Yeah,
out.
people will clip that and be like, see, I told you Cher's a whore.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm really interested in this. Looking into this guy, though. Really.
That's
Yeah.
a bad looking dude.
Mm-hmm. I think you talk a little bit more about him. If y'all want to listen to a little bit more, if y'all want to, we can.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
That's terrible. I don't know, you guys. I have not seen that before. Christopher M. Marcos. Okay, well, he. Oh. How would we know if he resided there? Clearly, he would have to register, right? Because, well, I mean, I would
That got
assume
me
that it would be the
thinking.
law he has to register because
What?
he has a child.
Yeah.
I remember when we were like first looking at summer disappearing, we were all like looking for that map of the registered sex offenders all around the area. Was that dude on there?
Oh,
But he should have been registered.
he should have been. If he'd been there since 2018, I would have thought he'd have been registered.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
No, but that's a good. He should have been registered. Did you pull up a map, like a list of that area of how many was in that area?
I think we did. It
Because,
would have been way back when she first went missing.
because I remember Don talking about how he said he can't. Him and Candace were like, we can't believe that many sex offenders were in our neighborhood, and I was like, not believing that for 1 minute, but
Yeah. Believe how many sex offenders are in that house.
yeah, right. And that was pretty much into y'all's first interviews with them.
Mm-hmm.
See what they say. Shouldn't be registered and just end. You right. I agree. I agree. Let's see. There was 8 or 9 close to Summer's home. I thought that's what he said, but he acted like, he didn't never heard that before, and I'm like, come on. Candace's cousin. Okay, so we got 2 cousins and 1 nephew and 1 boyfriend. So we want to see if we're going to add anything else to the list.
Violent offense. That's Grandis's nephew by marriage or something. Just so many creepers in this family, because Grandis's brother is pretty disturbing as well and has child rape convictions. Christopher Marcos, right? Oh shit, first thing that pops up is his name in Tennessee. Really? What? Oh, that is him right there. Ew. Hawkins County searching for Summerwell's prime suspect, Chris Marcos and Rosemary Bly connection. What? What? I have not seen this. This is number 1 suspect? What?
I don't remember them ever saying they had a suspect. Do y'all remember ever hearing them say they had a suspect in Summer's disappearance?
No.
I don't ever remember that.
This is so trippy. Like, know it happened, but I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, it's weird. Hey, Black Skies. Hello.
Oh no, that's just a YouTube channel. Okay, never mind. Searching for Summerwell's prime suspect, Chris Marcos and Rose Bly connection. Yeah, there's definitely a connection there. I mean, he's resided in the same area Rose Bly's car went missing in Grantsburg, Wisconsin, which wouldn't surprise me. That dude hung around St. Paul, Minneapolis, Grantsburg to the Minnesota border. It's right there. It's literally right there from Grantsburg. You'd cross right into, would it be like Rock Creek, Minnesota, or right around there? Because that's right around where I used to live, and it's right there at the border. I mean, wow, I didn't know that he actually resided at their house. So this is something I think I will email Don about and ask him, what the fuck was he doing living at your house? Like, I can send him screenshots, so I'll send him a screenshot of that.
So I don't think Sherry ever asked, did you? Probably not. So much going on. You probably never asked him, was that guy living at his house? Probably not. He had so much other crap you had to remember. Ask Lisa. Yeah. Oh, Black Skies. I'm too honest. I just found one video on it by some called Monkey Mar. On the this guy right here. Is that what you're talking about, Bama?
And be like, what the freak? Oh, he's got quite a rap sheet. There's mugshots with 2 black eyes. Christopher Marcos. I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Because it's like gonna dox his phone number, I think. Huh. What does this say? Christopher Harris, Crystal Marshall, was in Wisconsin in 2009. Now lives 2 miles from Summer Wells. Boyfriend of Summer's grandmother. Registered sex offender, female preteen preference, turned down work on day Summer went missing as he was replacing a fence post line. What? This was this was tweeted to TBI on June 22nd, 2021. What? So he was living, would it be him living in that down the road 2 miles? That's that shed or no? Freaking A. This is terrible. Hold on.
He's got a rap sheet a mile long.
Yeah. So yeah, this is TBI definitely knows this, guys. So, because they're tweeting, I'm seeing that they're tweeting it directly to. Let me share screen here. They're tweeting it directly to TBI right here on June 22nd, 2021. So he turned down work. Who? Okay, I'm gonna find out who that is. He turned down work the day Summer went missing. But what is this? Oh, what? No, that's not him. Why did it show his mugshot? That's not him. Oh, so he also goes by Charles and Chris. What? Oh shit, guys. He's lived in Texas and New York.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
There's a Texas connection too, I think, with the Wells, if I'm not mistaken. Your kittens isn't. I know. All the time, Wolfie. They're like stalkish. They are like stalkish.
Oh shit, here. I think I have his phone number. What? Would he be in Fresno, California right now?
What did you say, Dawn? You said Candace told me that Chris Marcos was her cousin. Okay.
Wait, what? I didn't know that. Maybe I heard that and forgot that. Don K. As in Don Keller.
Mm-hmm.
Don, is it time we have a communication again, Miss Don K? So you guys know how I told you that Don was trying to memorize my phone number? No, Don K, you can believe what Don K says. I'll actually vouch for that. But so anyways, Don was trying to memorize my phone number because, as I've told many people, he has not wanted to stop talking to me, but he gets forced to stop talking to me. Little weird. But anyway, so he was actually doing that. Don was doing that. I had told Don, write my number somewhere so you can try and memorize it. I'll take your calls when you're in jail, like whatever. You know, write it down. Memorize it, whatever you got to do. And he was doing that. He was writing my phone number down in books and stuff and trying to memorize it. I get a call from Don K here in chat. And she goes, hello, who's this? And I was like, what do you mean, who is this? You called me, Don, because I have Don's phone number saved in my phone at the time. And she goes, Cher? And I'm like, yeah, like, what's up? She goes, Candace just gave me this number and found it wrote down in a book somewhere and told me to call it. Didn't that happen, Dawn? You remember that night? That was a fun night, wasn't it? Yep.
Chris is Candy's adopted nephew. That's what Lisa K has. Lisa K said. Ugh.
That was funny, Dawn. Okay,
Dawn
Dawn,
said-
we have to have a chit chat then.
She said she remembers that.
Yep.
I remember that night. Mimi Jean says, Lisa, he grandma boyfriend. So see, you said adopted, so I guess she did. It would make it okay. I guess it would make it
She
okay.
also gave me Sissy's phone number too. Oh, Candace would take pictures of Don sitting outside or sitting in his truck talking to me on the phone, and she'd send them to Don. Look at him out there cheating on me with Cher.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'd be like literally talking with Don, and while I'm on the phone with Don, getting screenshots of Candace taking pictures of Don on the phone with me. It was weird. Those people are weird and have all the time in the world, but not to look for their daughter. It's really messed up.
Innocent until proven guilty. Hello.
Her
Okay,
cousin, or like, that's my cousin. You know what I mean?
right. In the case, yeah.
I have a question. If a Harris is her cousin, although Harris is a very common name, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because he's got a couple of different last names listed.
Yeah, yeah, he's got his aliases.
Mm-hmm.
So Harris was an alias, or that's his last name?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember.
Yeah. But it disappeared on me, didn't it? I guess I have to go get it.
You guys, not to brag, but one of my favorite regular customers was just in here, and she was complaining about one of my coworkers, which is, there's a coworker here that now for like the last 2 nights, customers have been complaining about. That's all I'll say. But anyway, she said that if she ever came here and heard that I wasn't working here, that she wouldn't shop here no more.
Oh. Well, that was nice of her.
I love that.
I know. That's good customer service. Good
What were you saying? Zip it, you have no credibility.
Hmm? What?
Someone said, zip it, you have no credibility.
Okay.
Who is that to? I know, not me. Catch me
Oh.
outside. How about that?
Oh my gosh. She's talking about the little girl off Dr. Phil. Oh my gosh. Okay, Dawn. I get it. I get it. We're only going to listen to just a few more minutes. I want to end this part of it with this weirdness we've come across, and then we'll do a.
Yeah, let's do that so I don't mess up the count when I'm closing down.
When do you got to close down? Just like in a few minutes?
15 minutes.
Okay. Well, we can end here because I wanted to end at about a minute into or an hour into the video. So we're about an hour into the video because I knew it would take like 2 hours to get to an hour in the video because it always does. I mean, we always stop and talk, because that's what you do when you're learning about a case. But I thought this was so interesting, and I thought, man, we got something here. I got to let Shira know, even though we've
You know
done
what's fun, Tammy? And that gets like people more wanting, they like to interact. So maybe if we do a study session next time, in specifically on Rose, but this guy connected to both cases now, because
Right.
both addresses.
Mm-hmm.
And then let people come up and say their piece or whatever. We can give everyone like a 10-minute or whatever to call in basically, or come up on panel.
Sure. Yeah.
And then that way it's more interactive. People like that, and maybe the word will get around a little bit more. Because I don't know why, like you said, it wasn't. We all dropped the ball, me included, because I completely forgot about this. So it should be talked about a little more.
Yeah. And I think
Especially the
lot
June
of,
16th thing is weird, and Grandis took off on the 16th. So
and I think maybe part of it is because it was more connected to Rose than it was to Summer at first.
Lisa, how do you know he was in California when he went missing? Was he had charges in Cali too? Because, like, show me the proof of that.
Well, didn't it say he was around, he was seen when the day Rose went missing?
That's what it said. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and again, that's like documented. So that
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
That's what
And
the
he was
doctor
also
said.
seen in Ben Hill Road the day after Summer went missing. Was the last time he was seen. So people are saying they seen him, and it's well documented.
Yeah, if you go back, I don't remember how far into the video, but
I have proof he and Connie were in California. All right, I'd like to see that.
if you go back and look, we read the thing where it said he was seen.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Yeah. But where was he when Summer went missing? Because it said he lived at Ben Hill Road. So up until the day after she went missing. I have proof he and Connie are in California. Who is Connie?
I don't know. How's about we just let this show be this show, and then people can come up with their proofs next show you have and show and help us study this one. If they've got the proofs, then let's see it.
Yeah. I mean,
'Cause I don't care. Like, I need to see, and what kind of proofs. I don't want just someone, oh yeah, he was here. No, show me something that's like for sure he was there, and maybe it has to be him on video there during the time she went missing. I don't know. Or maybe he was in jail or something. I don't want to hear, well, Connie said she was with him or something, or a family member backing him up, because that's not good enough for me. That's not proof
Yeah.
for me. That's hearsay, and that will never hold up in court.
no, I want to actually see the proof.
There needs to be some kind of good proof. So if you got that, Lisa, like, we can open this up and shut it down just as quick then. Actually, I don't know that we can shut it down because he was on Ben Hill Road June 16th, 2021. So still not going to shut it down, I don't think.
If you go back, Lisa, we showed the document where it said he lived there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We covered that here. That whole last probably 15, 20 minutes was his document showing where.
Sis, I love you, but I'm gonna actually count the till down, finish mopping, and make sure I don't screw anything up while I'm closing, because then I get paranoid at 3 a.m. and make Mark drive me back to work so I can check.
Oh, okay. Thank you for
I
joining.
wake up like, oh shit, I forgot this or that. I gotta go back.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that.
No,
I wouldn't have thought I would have enjoyed it either. Mm-mm.
no, but
Thank you for coming up here, Mark. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you.
he is on video in Wisconsin. All right, let's find that. Yeah, we'll have to go through that and find that. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah.
Join us next thing and join the panel, Lisa.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to see it. Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, have a good night. I love y'all.
Love you.
Bye, sis. Love you. I'll be listening.
Okay.
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 Love, love, love. Bye, chat.
Don't mess your tail up.
Love, 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 love.
Bye. Talk to you later. Oh, yes, it has been a fun night. Thank everybody. I appreciate y'all all being here. Yeah, I mean, I'm open to any kind of proof or documentation. This was just on the TBI website that we got a lot of this information. So, but if you go back, you'll see the documents that were brought up, because it showed him, Candace, and Dawn living at Ben Hill Road. Now, maybe he just had his mail sent there. I don't know, but it was very interesting to come across all that. and I kind of forgot about it. So with the connections with Rose and Summer. So, but I'm so glad all of y'all came in. Thank you to all my mods. I so appreciate y'all very much for joining me and helping me out. I thank y'all for joining me, just coming in and hanging out on a Saturday night. You could have been anywhere, but you came here, and I do appreciate that. I thought I'd go on a Saturday night and see if I liked it better than during the week, but you know, I think it just depends, you know, on everything. So, but it was a good night, a good discussion. I enjoyed talking about Rose. I want to keep talking about her a little bit because I don't think she gets enough talked about, you know, as with a lot of the missing people that have been missing for a long time. I don't feel that they get enough time. We get wrapped up in the bigger cases and we forget about the others. So I don't want to do that. So I appreciate you. Thank you for watching me. Please come back and join us again. We're going to do a study session. That'll be fun. Bring your questions, your comments, your thoughts, and let's talk about it. If you have something you want me to see, you can drop it in the comments or you can email me. I am also a messenger if you want to send me a messenger message. Yeah, just get with me and we'll go over it or talk about it, or because like I said, I haven't seen this talked about on anything, so I think we'll talk about it a little bit. So, oh, thank you, Victoria, thank you, I appreciate it. So everyone, please have a great, safe night. Have a great Sunday and a wonderful next week. And I do appreciate everybody. Thank y'all very much. We ain't far from 500. We get to 500, we'll have us a celebration. We'll have us a fun night. And I don't know what we'll do. We'll talk or hang out or have an open panel or something. We'll do something fun when I finally make it to 500. So, but thank you all my mods. I do appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful night. And remember, be kind to everyone, everywhere, and especially be kind to yourself. Good night, y'all.